This week, we begin a two-part excursion extravaganza of the one and only Southeast BBQ Showdown in beautiful capital city, Lake Murray Country, South Carolina. Top barbecue chefs and pitmasters from all over the world have converged here at Segra Park, home of the Columbia Fireflies, to find out who's going to take home the title of Grand Champion.
We have a growing culinary scene in the Columbia and Lake Murray region, and we wanted to showcase the best in our culinary, which is barbecue. We're thrilled to have some of the top teams in the United States here. We actually have a team from Japan here.
United States featuring Japan. The taste crossover.
It's a beautiful sight and a beautiful smell. World champion chefs from barbecue hubs like South Carolina, Texas, Georgia, and even Japan have set up camp here at Segra Park in Columbia, fired up the Lang smokers, and prepared themselves for a showdown. Mark Conway is currently the MC of the World Food Championships and the World Championship Chili Cook-Off, so who better to get this showdown off and running? He knows his food, these are his friends, and he'll tell you that a showdown like this isn't only an event, it's a sport that requires skill, stamina, and the will to win. Southeastern BBQ Showdown.
It is the inaugural event. It was just a natural fit. South Carolina, arguably, depending on who you ask, is the birthplace of barbecue. And we really want to showcase this area, why barbecue is so important here, and it really is. It's an important piece of the culture here. And so now I'm like, okay, now you're going to take true food sport, which is team cooking, and you're going to put it in a baseball stadium, a sports arena, and you're going to combine it all with barbecue. You just don't get any better with that when it comes to that camaraderie and that center of food being what brings everybody together, and then here we are.
Today's the setup.
Yep.
Everything's getting started. Tell me what's going on here today.
So the whole baseball field and the outfield's being covered. All of these amazing smokers have been brought in by Lang.
These are awesome.
These are next level.
Yeah.
So all of those have been set up all around the outfield concourse, and teams are starting to arrive. So you're at that part where the buzz is starting. They want to size up competition. That's what's happening right now.
It's going to be craziness, right?
Yep.
Tell me the format, how it works, categories.
So essentially this starts off with a sanctioned barbecue championship. And what's important is it is a state championship. What will happen is the teams will show up and they are going to compete in 4 proteins: chicken, ribs, brisket, and pork. The event is sanctioned by the CBA, which is the Champions Barbecue Alliance, and they're here and they will judge all of that blind. We'll start off with a cook meeting at 11:30 and they'll be given the green light to go at that point.
Okay.
Some are going to start firing up their smokers right now. Some are going to wait a little bit. Some are going to do who knows what. It's barbecue team.
And they're all doing each
They're all doing
category.
each.
Okay.
And they're taking compart pork and they're cooking that to sample out to the public to determine who wins the People's Choice Award. But all night long tonight, they will be at these smokers, slowly doing their process. And while each person has a different rub or a different setup or how long they smoke or what temperature they smoke at, they all will start turning in tomorrow. They'll be given a box with a barcode on it, and that is turned into the CBA, who is then going to take that box and hand it to 6 judges. And they will each sample, because inside the box will be 6 portions. They'll sample it, taste it, score it. They have no idea who the competitor is. It's all done blind through a barcode. And that'll go on through all 4 categories of protein. Once that's done and all of them are turned in roughly around 4:30, they're going to announce who won each category, and then they're going to announce an overall score. And that's when it gets crazy, because we're going to take the top 5 and I'm putting them basically on stage to make their best creative dish. No rules. Every time I get to do this, and especially at this event, is that not only is your barbecue family here, friends, kids, significant others, the whole 9 yards, everybody comes. You have that love for a certain football team. Do you ever get to go on the field and see the players? No. Here, You're going to be up close and personal with every one of those barbecue teams. You're going to get to meet them. You're going to shake hands with them. Heck, you're going to taste their food.
Oh, I'm going to taste some food.
And that doesn't happen in any other type of sport. It happens in food sport. And this weekend, because they're going to be, you as the public are right with the barbecue teams, you get to meet your favorites up close and personal.
As Mark mentioned, they've strategically leveled the playing field. Nobody gets that little advantage cooking on a Lang smoker because here, everybody gets to cook on a Lang. I tracked down company founder Ben Lang to find out how these reverse flow smokers work and why pitmasters around the world love them.
We brought up our Model 48 deluxe patio units for use by all the chefs that are in competition. And we've also brought an 84-inch model to cook whole hog with.
I saw that over there. That's the whole hog. That's the Big Daddy. I've seen some cool smokers. This thing, it's got everything. Where do we start?
It's a reverse flow barbecue smoker is what it is.
Okay.
And most folks will look at it and say, well, there's a little confusion. The smokestack and the firebox are on the same end.
Right.
But there's a baffle plate that makes the heat draw all the way to that end and then draft all the way back to get out the smokestack. The baffle plate doubles as a griddle. So
Okay.
fat renders, sizzles, and sears on the griddle, grease drains out through the valve, but you get you a moisture and flavor pop second to none. It is the real deal in terms of cooking.
And these guys are going to be in this range, I'm guessing.
You're going to find two schools of thought on it.
Okay.
You're going to find a hot and fast down
Yeah.
there. They'll be up here 300 plus, and then you'll have another group that cook low and slow. They like that 2¼ to 250. You can see right here where the baffle plate is a griddle.
Okay, yeah.
That fat rendering, sizzling griddle.
Sloped.
It's all sloped and
Okay.
V-trough, so it all happens that way. This cooker's brand new. It's not seasoned. This one will be won by some lucky person here at this event this weekend. So y'all need to definitely come see
I'll
it.
definitely be nice to
Yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah, well, I got nothing to do with it now. I'm not drawing it. I'm not drawing it. The wood goes in the firebox.
Okay.
This is set up with what's called a fire management basket. We call it a fire dog, and it holds your fire. You build your fire on it. The coals stay in the ash, so the coals last longer and they burn cleaner. And it just takes the worry out of managing the fire. It does it
on its own.
for it. You just throw a chunk of wood on it about every 50 minutes. There's an audio to it when it's going. It's like that fat searing on that griddle. Man,
It's melodic.
yeah, oh, it's
Yeah.
unreal.
All right, and you guys are out of Georgia. You don't mind crossing the border for a little competition,
Not
right?
one bit. A lot of people have never seen our stuff in action, get to
Yeah.
see it happening.
It's got to be exciting to see some of the best pitmasters in the world coming to cook on your product, and they're excited about it. They're checking it out with their phones.
Yeah, we're excited too. What we're looking forward to is their feedback tomorrow when they're actually cooking and in the heat of things. Once they master the cooker and get it working and fired up, they'll get relaxed. You'll see a relaxed demeanor about them
Right.
because the worry's not in the cooking anymore. It's just throw a stick of wood on a bed of coals. It takes the worry out of cooking.
When we return, we meet the players, the chefs, and fire up the smokers for competition number 1, wings. Hey!
You make me come alive.
I've never felt so free.
Can't get you off my mind. There's still so much to see. You bring out the best in me. Hey! You make me come alive.
There's still so much to see.
You make me come alive. I've never felt so free.
This is my smoker. I searched all over the place to find the right one. We were even going to build our own, and then I found the Lang. We use this smoker at the Southern Ground Social Club at our restaurant to smoke our meats and stuff. We use it here to throw down at the house. You can ride 200 degrees if you look on right here. That's dead on 200 degrees. This is my Lang smoker. Try to take it from me.
We're cooking on a Lang.
There's a city in the heart of South Carolina where you can recharge, reconnect, or relax.
I love experiencing the energy in Columbia. You can really tailor your Columbia experience.
Make plans for your next great escape to Columbia, South Carolina.
If you want live music, amazing record stores, some of the best restaurants with Southern cuisine, experience Columbia.
Get an insider's guide at experiencecolumbiasc.com and find the weekend you've been wishing for.
Hey! You make me come alive.
I've never felt so free.
Can't get you off my mind. There's still so much to see. You bring out the best in me. Hey! You make me come alive.
There's still so much to see.
You make me come alive. I've never felt so free.
Judging and knowledge of good barbecue is a must for a competition like this, so judges like the world's strongest man Mark Henry and television stars Jay Ducote and Brian Duffy stepped in to put their stamp of approval on this showdown.
We're seeing some of the best in the world here. We see Japan, we see Texas, we see Georgia, South Carolina.
Yeah.
You live this life, man.
I do. It's every week it's like a new competition. I'm shocked I'm not
You look great.
a little bit bigger than I am right now. I mean, when you look at like where we are, which is in the center part of South Carolina, which is a whole different style of barbecue that they have here. They love their mustard sauces. You got guys from Texas with their dry rubs. You got guys from Japan. I don't even know what they're going to come up with today. So to be able to see this many kind of international competitors that are showing up in one location in central South Carolina is a pretty amazing feat. So to be able to come down here and sit with everybody and to watch them share their stories is a huge part of what barbecue is.
So now that we know the main players making this all happen, let's meet a few of the competitors. Friday is prep day for most, so long hours of meticulous preparation and perfect time management are ahead of them. But one thing's for sure, spirits are high.
What do you think about this whole first Southeastern BBQ Showdown?
That's a long ways.
Yeah.
It's a long ways. It's a long race from Texas.
Yeah.
17 hours.
Yeah, but you can't. You're armed with a brisket. Texas guys know how to do that.
And that was the good thing about coming over here and cooking is because normally we're cooking on drums and everything like that. And we don't know what to expect when we come way over here.
Yeah.
When we got here, everybody's cooking on the same pits.
That's cool.
It just evened out the playing fields a little bit. We cook CBAs every weekend. They don't, but they're bringing in the judges. We got a good shot at it. I just tell everybody we show up, throw big rocks, and maybe we'll break the glass in one of them.
Yes, sir.
Got brisket right here, huh?
Yes, so it's a Snake River Wagyu. We start out with a 24-pounder.
Look at the marbling on these.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Woo! So these will go on in the morning at 6 o'clock.
So all right, I might not be here at 6.
Come on.
All right.
No, I mean, yeah, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it.
You gotta do it right. You gotta be dedicated to do that.
Yeah, so we'll cook these. These will start off probably around 350 to 400 degrees.
Okay.
So what we're doing is we're gonna blow them up. They'll actually go in this little, it's called a caddy. I call it a little boat. So it'll sit in there, so it'll actually keep its shape.
Oh, nice.
And it'll stay in there.
What
So
would happen otherwise?
It'll flop.
Huh. Okay.
The whole brisket will actually just kind of settle. And when it settles, it'll just flatten out.
Okay.
So what this does is it'll actually keep its shape.
Does everybody do it at 350?
No.
Yeah. Okay. We will not show anybody this video. Defeats the purpose of it. But yeah, we won't tell anybody. Chef Chris Williams. All right, Chef, what we got going on here?
Well, I'm starting to prep my butts for the competition, you know. I want to get in between this cap, separate the horn, take some of this fat out, take some of that silver skin out, so I can actually get some good rub on my meat, man, and create more surface for my rub to stick.
And that's what I love. People talk about cooking, people think, oh, it's just about the cooking part. You're a butcher too.
Yeah, you gotta know it all, man. You gotta know it all. So after we separate this, get all that out, clean that up a little bit, uniform it, get that horn separated, then we're gonna come over here to this bad boy and cut the money muscle off. It's gonna eventually
be like that.
It's gonna be like this, and this is what we're gonna get those beautiful medallions out of.
Yes, sir.
When we line them up in our box. Some competitions, you can't separate it. You have to leave it attached. But with their rules, CBA rules, we can actually detach it.
So it's 5:10 right now on Friday.
5:10 on Friday.
When are these guys getting started?
These guys are going to go on probably about 3 a.m. Saturday because we don't need to turn these in until 2 p.m.
Okay.
So we don't want to have them ready too soon, but we want to have them ready early enough to be able to rest for about an hour to let that juices redistribute before we actually start to pull.
You guys are the sous chefs.
We are.
So if you don't win, you're suing everybody.
Pretty much.
Okay, this is fun. So y'all are attorneys and you also like to do this on weekends, nights, but I hear that you're pretty darn good.
What? So we actually cook a different style. So this is actually our first barbecue competition together.
Oh, okay.
We actually cook indoor fine dining competitions. So we're the 2021 World Food Champions.
Under the chef category and the whole world as well.
That's impressive.
So-
No wonder everybody's kind of intimidated.
Well, we got to get through round one, which is the barbecue world.
Okay.
Once we pass round one, then top five,
make the top
we're
five,
in it.
then-
We're in it to win it.
The name?
It's the warmouth.
Warmouth.
Yeah, which is a fish. It's a panfish around here, native.
I've caught a warmouth.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Caught a
All
warmouth.
right, all
I know
right.
about fishing. you
All
know.
right.
And they hang around these kind of areas.
Yep, yep.
I have a feeling, before we get into the cooking, y'all are going for like best display here.
Well, we saw that it was part of a percentage of win.
So you have a whole theme here. Where are you guys from?
Right here, man. We grew up right here.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
South
Carolina.
Now, Jason, right behind you, who we got there?
Got the Lizard Man,
The Lizard Man.
a Midlands legend dating back to the late 80s, if I'm not mistaken. So Lizard Man was essentially South Carolina's very own Bigfoot. He had a lot of sightings of him. I believe he was helping motorists with flat tires at one point. At another point, he was terrorizing the local community, and the sheriff had labeled him public enemy #1. But you know, he hadn't been seen in some years, but we just want to remind people it's one more thing about Columbia, South Carolina, about the Midlands. We just want to celebrate the history, the culture. You know, we try to bring a little soul out. So that's what we grew up with, and what we love and what we appreciate about Carolina cooking, the love and the soul.
Nothing does it like the Lizard Man.
If you got love in your heart,
Warmouth, baby, Lizard Man in the house. Yes, sir. Can you see me in there?
I can see.
I'm the Lizard Man.
When we return, it's time to take down some chicken wings here in Capital City, Lake Murray Country, South Carolina.
You make me come alive.
I've never felt so free.
Can't get you off my mind. There's still so much to see. You bring out the best in me. Hey! You make me come alive.
There's still so much to see.
You make me come alive. I've never felt so free.
There's a city in the heart of South Carolina where you can recharge, reconnect, or relax.
I love experiencing the energy in Columbia. You can really tailor your Columbia experience.
Make plans for your next great escape to Columbia, South Carolina.
If you want live music, amazing record stores, some of the best restaurants with Southern cuisine, experience Columbia.
Get an insider's guide at experiencecolumbiasc.com and find the weekend you've been wishing for.
This is my smoker. I searched all over the place to find the right one. We were even going to build our own, and then I found the Lang. We use this smoker at the Southern Ground Social Club at our restaurant to smoke our meats and stuff. We use it here to throw down at the house. You can ride 200 degrees if you look on right here. That's dead on 200 degrees. This is my Lang smoker. Try to take it from me.
We're cooking on a Lang.
So with spirits high and the Columbia sun begins to set, the chicken wing judging competition is underway. So before we find out what the judges think, let's meet a few of the players.
Sadie Beth.
Sadie Beth. I put her name on my stuff, so she lets me do it.
There you go. Okay, tell me about the competition you're doing today.
They gave us 80 pounds of chicken wings, and we were able to go through and pick our 6 best and put our special touch on them and turn them in here about 6 o'clock. We'll see how they come back out.
Becker's Barbecue, you're not just doing chicken, You're doing everything this week.
No, as soon as we get through with chicken wings tonight, we're gonna pull out and get out of the way, and we're gonna cook chicken, ribs, pork, and brisket for tomorrow.
You're doing the 4 proteins there.
Yeah.
Tell me about the chicken wings you're doing today. What's special about yours?
We're actually doing a honey mustard style wing, bacon wrap on the smoker.
All right, best of luck to you, buddy.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right.
Once they take a look at the wings, they'll head into taste, things like texture. There's going to be flavor that they're considering, and just think about how many wings they're going to eat right now.
2. I just had 2.
Checking for texture, sweetness, consistency, and of course taste, the judges came to a conclusion.
Yes. Backwoods, baby.
So day 1 of competition was complete, but the showdown was just getting warmed up. The competitors continued fueling their lane smokers and prepped for the night ahead. Now, before we get to day 2 of the barbecue showdown, we needed to showcase a few evening onlookers. You see, humans weren't the only ones hovering for a taste of what's inside.
There were some critters outside, very interested in what we were doing here.
There was. So last night, I mean, it's late. We're after the entire event's over. We're finally getting to where maybe we'll get a couple of hours of sleep. And I walk out the gate, and here comes a fox. This little fox, very curious about what's happening here.
Didn't run from you either.
Didn't run. Just kind of tooled around, got about 3 feet in, and dipped and dived. And all I could think of, this fox is going to eat somebody's pork. That's going to be the end of the story for somebody, and the fox did it.
I sympathize with the fox.
Oh man, but it was so funny watching this little fox around. And what's great is out come everybody to see this fox.
Yeah.
You would have thought that it was the best thing in the entire world, because here comes everybody to see the fox running around a baseball stadium because there's pork smells everywhere.
When we return, we delve a little into day 2. Low on sleep, but high on emotion, these teams prepare for an epic showdown.
Hey! You make me come alive.
I've never felt so free.
Can't get you off my mind. There's still so much to see. You bring out the best in me. Hey! You make me come alive.
There's still so much to see.
You make me come alive. I never felt so free.
There's a city in the heart of South Carolina where you can recharge, reconnect, or relax.
I love experiencing the energy in Columbia. You can really tailor your Columbia experience.
Make plans for your next great escape to Columbia, South Carolina.
If you want live music, amazing record stores, some of the best restaurants with Southern cuisine, experience Columbia.
Get an insider's guide at experiencecolumbiasc.com and find the weekend you've been wishing for.
This is my smoker. I searched all over the place to find the right one. We were even going to build our own, and then I found the Lang. We use this smoker at the Southern Ground Social Club at our restaurant to smoke our meats and stuff. We use it here to throw down at the house. You can ride 200 degrees if you look on right here. That's dead on 200 degrees. This is my Lang smoker. Try to take it from me.
We're cooking on a Lang.
Hey! You make me come alive.
I've never felt so free.
Can't get you off my mind. There's still so much to see. You bring out the best in me. Hey! You make me come alive.
There's still so much to see.
You make me come alive. I never felt so free.
So the fox approves. Now let's see what the chefs went through as the rest of us slept in preparation for the big day.
Gene, man of the chicken wings.
Dancing machine.
I love it. Congrats about the contest last night. How'd that feel?
We had a great time. Like I said, everybody cooked 80 pounds of wings, and we rolled with it.
Now you're back for more. You didn't get enough, right?
No. Chicken, ribs, pork, and brisket today.
Awesome. You got any secrets you want to share? This doesn't air till later.
No.
Any good secrets?
No, we just, smoking on the Lang smoker and hope for the best at the end.
All right, Wilson. It's been a long couple days. We're right in the heat of it now.
Oh, yeah.
No pun intended. Tell me what you're doing here.
So right now we got our chicken on right here.
Okay.
And we also got our ribs and brisket on right here. Got a little sauce on my ribs. I'm trying to put a little glaze on them.
Yeah.
Try to finish them up. I'm gonna sauce them one more last time just before I put them in the pot. Do the same thing with the chicken as well. Try to wrap it up and try to get everything on time so we can be on time.
Yeah, right? You can't be late to these, right?
Yeah, you can't.
So you got to time it perfectly, which is hard sometimes with these smokers.
Yeah, then I think the other thing is we have to do 8 frosted butts to have ready at 4 o'clock on top of the other 14 that we have to cook.
And we can't end part 1 of this 2-part excursion showdown without at least trying 1 rib or 2. And for that, I hit up the boys of Columbia's own Warmouth, and I'm glad I did.
Here we go.
What do you got going?
Yeah, here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I saw a couple of these ribs broke off. That's a shame.
You ready to try one?
Well,
you ready? You want one?
That's up to you. Come on. I don't want to take anything. I'm not here to steal things.
Let's do this.
That's Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
Now, if I see you try to pull this off instead of bite it, I'm gonna get frustrated.
That's that same hog mop.
Oh.
That's a warm-mouth rib right there, man.
Oh, man. I'm so excited. This is my first rib today. Dude, that is so good. Oh, my God.
You want a rib?
Yeah, oh, he wants a rib.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, man. Watch another man eat ribs.
Hurts your feelings.
All right.
Y'all got it perfect. It's coming off the bone, but it's not too much. Yeah, y'all got the temperature perfect.
Thank you.
You get a lot of that red oak smoke in there, too.
Absolutely.
Look at that beautiful color.
You'll really see it in the pork skin when we're finished.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
No, I'm just over here warmouthing it. There we go.
Choice.
First class barbecue.
BBQ Showdown.
There we go. Look at this bad boy. World champion rib right there.
So now that we have a little better idea about the food and the fun of this exciting event here in the Jewel of South Carolina, we rest up in preparation for episode 2, where the teams compete and a winner is crowned. Barbecue Showdown excursion half complete. See you next time.